Nothing much is heard of for months now after hard-to-believe story of Baltasar Engonga broke out. Accused of corruption linked to abuse of office, living lavishly while the people suffered. But now, justice has spoken. In a landmark ruling, the well-known Baltasar Engonga is found guilty and has been sentenced to prison for corruption and abuse of office. Yes, you heard that right, 18 years behind bars. In a country where the elite scarcely face consequences, this conviction has shocked Central Africa and beyond. But how did this happen? Why now? And what does this mean for the future of power and accountability in Equatorial Guinea? Join me, let's uncover what led to the downfall of Baltasar Engonga, the details of his crimes, and what this movement means for anti-corruption effort across Africa. You are watching First African Voice, bold, fearless Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Paul Lingua, the Africa Orator. Now, let's delve into the story properly and break it down together. Baltasar Engonga, also known as Bello, has been sentenced to 18 years in prison by a court in Malabo following a high-profile trial on charges of corruption and abuse of office. The former Director General of the National Agency of Financial Investigation was found guilty and has been sentenced to prison for corruption and abuse of office. Baltasar Engonga was found guilty of embezzlement and given 8 years imprisonment, illicit enrichment 4 years and 5 months imprisonment, abuse of power 6 years and 1 day imprisonment. In addition, the court imposed a fine of 910 million CFA francs, which is equal to 1.5 million US dollars, and barred him from holding public office for the full 18 years sentence. Now, let's look at case highlights. Massive financial irregularities. Prosecutors revealed a scheme in which Engonga siphoned more than 1 billion CFA francs from public funds during his tenure as head of National Agency for Financial Investigation and the Directorate General of Insurance and Reinsurance between 2015 and 2020. They presented evidence including bank transfer, offshore account logs, and forged documents. High-profile theft scandal. In late 2024, over 400 explicit videos involving Engonga and several high-ranking women emerged during a raid on his home and office. The women include wives of top officials, members of the president's family, and other public figures. The tapes, reportedly consensual, sparked public outrage and intensified scrutiny of his conduct. Who is Baltasar Engonga? Born March 15, 1978, Engonga is a nephew of President Teodoro Obiang Nguema and belongs to one of the country's politically powerful families. Baltasar is not the only person being a relative of a president that got juicy appointment. There are several others, but this isn't helpful. Undoubtedly, the running of family and friends government in Africa is causing harm to the continent. Why this matters to every African? This isn't just about one man. It's about a shift in the winds, a slow but growing demand for accountability on African soil. For too long, corruption has eaten away at Africa's wealth, while millions live without access to basic services. But now, for Senegal to Equatorial Guinea and even whispers in Cameroon and Congo, the age of silence may be cracking. And for young Africans watching across the continent, this case is a signal. Yes, the powerful can fall, and yes, justice is possible. President Teodoro Obiang Nguema, the longest serving president in the world, has long ruled with a mix of power, oil, and secrecy. But the conviction of one of his trusted appointees raises a key question. Is this a genuine move towards reform or a political sacrifice to ease public pressure? Either way, the people are watching, and now, so is the world. In a continent rising with young voices, bold movement, and fearless demands, corruption has no future. Baltasar Engonga's conviction is not the end. It's just the beginning of a new African chapter where power must serve the people or fall. This is First Africa Voice, where Africa speaks first and speaks loud. What do you think about this historic sentence? Is Equatorial Guinea turning the page or just playing politics? Undoubtedly, far as there are more men on earth, there are more opinions. So kindly drop your thoughts in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more bold African-focused content. Well, the dew of the day has crept upon our thoughts, and nature must obey its necessity. Here is where we bring down the curtains. Until we meet again, my name is Paul Mensa Makiso Yao Dalibabu, aka Paul Lingua, aka the Africa Orator.
Because you're not a criminal. Huh? So give me this one. I don't want it. One order.
You got.